Today, we're going to talk about how to use our feelings to bring money to us and actually to bring us just about anything we want. So, welcome to day 3 of our Money Manifesting Challenge. I'm Lily Torrance, coming to you live from my home in Las Vegas. We are using this book by Kathrin Zenkina, Unleash Your Inner Money Babe. This is the Money Manifesting Challenge that I'm testing through this series. So, the goal is to manifest $1,000 in extra income in the next 21 days. So we are on day 3. We completed day 1, day 2 today, and then we've got 18 more days to get this money to us. So got to get cracking on our feelings, our alignment, right? So the question is not for me to know where the money's coming from. And that's the thing about the law of attraction, is it's not about scrambling to find the money. It's about aligning my feelings, my vibration, my energy with the experience of having it, the experience of feeling positive, because that will bring that positive energy, the things that are vibrating on the same frequency as me to me, which would be abundance and all of the things that we want in our lives. So thank you guys so much for joining. Let me know where you're joining from in the comments. Whether you're in Vegas, Australia, where are you? Let me know. I just also want to say how proud I am if you guys got through the forgiveness assignment yesterday, because that wasn't easy. It's a lot of deep diving into things that can be uncomfortable. So if the last 2 days have had any amount of impact on you like they have on me, then you're already seeing some massive shifts in how you're feeling and looking at money. And hopefully that's just going to compound over the 19 days remaining. So today we're going to talk about how our feelings can be sort of a guide for us to know what we're manifesting, and also how we can use them to manifest what we want. So how you feel about your future is really what's determining what you attract. So what you see in your reality is not what you're manifesting. It's what you've already manifested. So how you feel about your future is what you're currently manifesting. It's what you're bringing to you. So it's as if all these things are out there for you in your vortex, and they're available to you if you want them, but you have to match the vibration of them. So that means that if this $1,000 is out there in my vortex somewhere, the universe already has it for me, it's just waiting for me to match it, to bring it to me, then I have to be the tractor beam to match that vibration of having what I already want. So the thing about feelings is that they're the information given to us based on our thoughts. So our thoughts create our feelings. And so we know if we're thinking limiting beliefs that don't align with our higher selves and what we really want, if we're feeling negatively. And we know that we're thinking positive thoughts if we're feeling positively. So whether or not you actually can identify what your thoughts are, which can be a little more difficult, it's usually easier to identify how you feel, which can be the shortcut to tell you what you're manifesting. So I want to take a second and check in with how we're feeling today. I'm going to take a sip of water. My throat's sort of scratchy today. Okay. All right, so maybe you're feeling frustrated, maybe you're energetic, maybe you're happy, maybe you're sad. Usually we're not feeling one thing, it's usually a combination of things. So we're gonna sit, I'm gonna get in my little space, open to the universe, and just close our eyes and take a couple deep breaths, and just to sort of center in our bodies and see what we're feeling. So you can do it with me. Okay, so hopefully you were able to get a little bit in touch inside your body with how you're feeling. I would love if you would put in the comments the feeling that came up for you. For me, what I found when I closed my eyes was almost a feeling of like anxious anticipation, which actually leads me to an interesting thing, which is that anticipation and excitement are two sides of the same coin. So if you're feeling anxious, you can redefine it in your mind as excitement. because your body doesn't actually physically know the difference between anxiety and excitement. So it needs you to tell it based on the story in your head, are these butterflies a good thing? Are these butterflies a bad thing? Or, whatever those feelings are that you're experiencing. So that's actually a fun fact for you, reassigning your anxiety as excitement. And it's not necessarily, it's a simple thing to do, but it takes practice. So, all right, so your feelings give you clues to what you're manifesting. So if you're feeling positive feelings, it's really all you need to know that you're manifesting positive experiences. You're feeling negative feelings, it's really all you need to know that you're manifesting negative experiences and negative things. So your feelings will tell you exactly what you're manifesting, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. So once you know what you're feeling, you have an opportunity to shift to a higher vibration if you need to be able to attract what you want. So the question here remains, how do we match the vibration of having all this cash we want, right? How do I match the vibration of $1,000? Because money is just paper, right? It doesn't have energy. It doesn't have identity. All it has is the energy that we put into it, the meaning that we give it. So when we say we want to manifest $1,000, or when I say I want to manifest $1,000, it's not about having the money. It's not about, once I have $100 bills in front of me, my life is going to be different. That's not the case. What we want is the feeling of having it and what we're doing with it and the feeling of what we do with it. So it's the feeling of having this money and what we can experience as a result of it, or what we can do because of it, that gives us the feeling that we want to experience. Because money alone can't do anything. But doing things with money is what gives us that feeling of limitless freedom, of excitement, of adventure, of all of these experiences that really bring us the joy that we want and the feelings that we want. So how do we match that energy? We have to match it not by thinking about having the money in the future and how great that will be. We have to match it by matching the vibration of the money before we have it, because that's how it shows up. You have to have faith in what you can't see in order to manifest it. So we have to be that vibration, that tractor beam that's pulling to us the things that we're matching. Because, sorry, hang on. Sorry, my son's phone's going off. So we have to match that feeling so that we can, we have to match that feeling so that we can bring it to us. And actually, it's not the feeling of having it in the future, it's the feeling as if we already have it. So we're going to be envisioning, sorry you guys. We're going to be envisioning having that money right now, because visualization is an incredibly powerful tool. It's one of the most powerful tools we have, is to be able to visualize what we want, because science tells us that visualization activates the same parts of our brain as if we're doing the activity. So if I'm visualizing, raising my right hand, then the part of my brain that actually physically raises my right hand is being activated in that moment. So when we visualize and align with the feeling, we visualize having that money, and that brings us the feeling of having that, then that's how we align ourselves to attract it. But it's not the feeling of how excited we are to have it in the future, and that's the really big thing. It's the feeling of already having it. So if you have an old junky car and you want to manifest having a brand new, whatever kind of car you want, okay? I used to want the Porsche SUV little mom car. The Porsche SUV, the Cayenne, whatever. So I was sitting in my car and asking myself, okay, if I'm in this car that's around me, I didn't actually manifest it because I changed my mind and realized I actually love my car. But if I'm in this car, how do I make this car, oh my God. Can you please stop calling? I'm in the middle of a live video. You called 25 times already. His phone is in the room with me. I'm doing a live video. Sorry, guys. Don't give your kids a phone. So anyway, yeah. So what I was saying is that what you want to do is have, like, so if I'm sitting in my car, what I did in order to manifest the experience that I want, the car that I wanted, was to have that feeling of already having it when I'm in my car. So for me, what that meant was, cleaning my car, detailing it, keeping it clean, taking the trash out when I left the car, and treating it with love and having that energy around the car as if it was already the car that I wanted. And guess what? Now I don't want another car. So it's funny how that works. That sometimes when you get the feeling, when you're able to align with the feeling of having what you want, sometimes you find that you don't actually need it anymore, or you don't actually want it anymore. All you wanted was the feeling of having it. And so that's sort of how that worked for me, and that's how this works for us, except that we're manifesting the money because I don't think I'm changing my mind. So what we need to do is to have that experience of visualizing as if it's already happening. So, when, like an athlete would visualize a race, they're closing their eyes, they're putting them in the space. They're not thinking about winning the race tomorrow. They're experiencing and visualizing as if they're running it right now, as if they're crossing the finish line right now. And that's how we manifest what we want to see in our reality, is to experience it as already being here. And it sounds simple. It's not necessarily easy, right? Because our feelings are all over the place all day. We're in the drift of whatever's happening to us and all of these external stimuli. The phone's ringing 25 times in the middle of a live video. But we ultimately know that this is our compass, is what am I feeling? That's my compass to know what I'm manifesting. So the assignment for today's challenge is to list the 5 biggest feelings that you will have in having this extra $1,000. So for me, let me see where my homework is. So for me, it was excitement, hope, anticipation, joy, and happiness. So the reason that it feels that way to me is not because of having the money in front of me. It's because of what I'm going to do with the money. And that's the point, is that it's about that experience, that feeling of what we're doing and the feeling that it's going to give us. That's the point. And so for me, when I said, okay, I want to do this challenge, I want to manifest $1,000, and I was planning on doing it before I decided to live stream it, but I thought about doing it, and I said, okay, well, how do I align my energy with that really being a powerful thing for me? Because I don't know, $1,000 is not going to change my life. So how do I get really, really deep into that feeling of it being a big deal? And for me, that meant that I was going to give it away, because I knew that that was where that big feeling was going to come from for me, was this excitement, this anticipation, this hope that I'm feeling, this joyfulness that I'm feeling is not the feeling of $10, $100 bills on my desk. It's the feeling of manifesting $1,000 and then giving it to someone who needs it more than me. So you're going to write for your homework the 5 biggest feelings that having this $1,000 brings up for you. And then we're going to use those feelings that we listed and physically feel those feelings in the moment. So whether you want to close your eyes and visualize, or you want to look at something, you want to look out in the horizon, whatever works for you, you want to use that space to really get those feelings, those juicy feelings moving through you, so that the universe knows this is the experience that you're already having, and it has no choice but to bring what you're manifesting into that space. So if this was helpful for you, I hope you will like and subscribe and share it with a friend. Get this moving so that people can manifest whatever they want, because I really do believe that there's no taking from one person and giving to another. There's enough for all of us, and that's how I really see spreading this message of the law of attraction, so that people can use it to make their lives feel good and feel aligned. And when you feel aligned, things all feel easier. Hard work isn't hard work when you're passionate about it. And so that's the sort of the key, is that getting that feeling of manifesting what we want. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be one of my favorite days. We're going to talk about the massive money multiplier, and I'll let you know what that is. So I will see you all tomorrow at 1 p.m. Have a good day.